to start in tight.
Yeah,
and
that
then,
works.
I'll just float out as it seems like you're
Sure.
obviously in a slide or a graph.
Yeah, there will
Like
be.
that coming up
There will be, yeah. So in the middle of this, we'll definitely have some slides showing the main themes that came out of the study.
Great. Okay, so this is
Starting at Story Place.
Yeah. Okay. And this looks great. And anytime.
For example, when we were building the Story Place system that we talked about in Module 1, we used many different data sources to come up with the ultimate user experience. We saw previous literature on location-based games that was coming out of MIT and Glasgow, ways that when you went to certain places in the physical world, you unlocked certain content in the game experience. And I had also been a part of creating the zone tag system in a collaboration between Yahoo and Motorola, which was the first time you could geotag a photo based on where you were located, and then see photos that were taken by other people nearby. So we were really inspired by location-based content and how going to a certain spot could uncover certain kinds of content there. We had also done work on notifications and explored how notifications could drive people into a content-based experience. And this was all combined with the data that we captured from the field study, where we had grandparents talking to us about how they communicated with their grandchildren, and their grandchildren talking about what parts of those communications were really enjoyable for them. And we saw how often sharing a story, learning more about the history in their lives, past events, was something that was really important to them. And so we took all of this data together to create our new experience. And we took certain anecdotes that came out of our study to help guide our design. For example, a woman who was going past a place where her grandpa used to dance on military leave and called her mom, and they had this whole conversation about that. So we were really curious about how location-based content can drive communication and can make people feel closer to the people that they care about in their daily lives. So all of this really came together to this idea of location-based video stories that are shared between generations and serendipitously pop up when people walk near the locations where those stories are saved. So it's important to make sure that you're solving a problem that lots of people have, and you're not just trying to solve a problem that you have. By the fact of participating in an MIT class, you're not like most people out in the world. So make sure that you have diverse user data from many, many people and a broad target audience. And when you start seeing patterns across this broad population, that's when you're most likely onto something that's going to work in a lot of people's daily lives. And then triangulating that data from your own study with papers from the academic literature, with existing apps that are out in the App Store, can really help you focus on some new experience, some new gap, some new thing that no one else is really addressing today, yet is a pervasive problem that people face in their daily lives. And remember, not to ask people if they would like a certain idea or if they would use a certain idea in their daily lives. People are notoriously bad at predicting what they would like to use or what they wouldn't like to use. And the real way to understand if people will adopt something in their daily lives is to build a quick prototype of it and give it to them. And that's really one of the focus areas of this course, is getting you to rapidly build your idea and get it in the hands of even a few dozen diverse people to start to see if and how they integrate it into their daily lives. What's useful for them, what really resonates with them emotionally, and what keeps them coming back day after day. So right now, make sure you're looking at the relevant literature, make sure you're looking at the data that you've collected, and try out as many related apps as you can to really find that gap, to really find that inspirational idea for an application that you can create in the remaining modules.